It is very good. It is very good. Words that God said just before evening of day 6. Then it was evening, and now God has blessed us with day 7, a brand new day that God calls a day of rest. This is the Reverend Dr. Laverne Corrine Williams Foster Hall Harvey Brown Fontaine Turner Hill Holt McCain Cash. I am inviting you to join me as I share words with God about my past 6 days, past 6 blessings. Yesterday, yes, all day yesterday, was rainy, storming, and full of long, strong, gusty, blowing winds. And just before evening, all of the electrical power went out, not just here in my house, but in the neighborhood. Our neighborhood was shrouded in a deep, dark, still blackness that lasted longer than mere minutes. And my understanding was that it covered a lot of Washington State and Oregon State. It was like I was being cast back into Genesis 1 and 2, like this. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Now the earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was hovering over the waters. Now there is no way on God's good earth that anyone can tell me that black is not beautiful. Black is not beautiful. God was with black. God was with black, dark, from the very, very beginning. And I recall my parents and my grandmother telling me that when my grandmother, held me up on the day that I was born, that the first words out of her mouth was, "This is the most beautiful little black gal that I have ever seen." This is what my parents and this particular grandmother told me. Black, from the very, very beginning, has always been beautiful. But my thoughts had pretty much settled on a long, stark, dark night, wondering if power would return before daybreak. But I was prepared to think it through with thoughts of this and that. Thoughts of this and that I had to do in the coming days. My darkness was pregnant, for I was confident that there would be light coming sooner rather than later. Oh my God, thanks and blessings to you for having no fear, but a love for darkness and seemingly nothingness. Thank you, God, for your purpose and your plan that you allowed to evolve over 6 days. Each day, you added a little of this and a little of that, some of this and some of that, building on the previous day's work. And now, oh God, you have allowed us to look at our previous days full of some of this and a little of that, and leading up to this day 7, a day of rest. And on this day, this day 7, this day of rest, I am reminded of how much of this and how much of that did I ask you for, and how good you were to me in letting me hear you say just before each evening, "It is good." I reflect today on how much of this and how much of that did I really need. Which brings me to another reflection from another time and another president who made a statement, and I paraphrase: "Ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country." That was John Fitzgerald Kennedy. And so, oh God, on this new and beautiful day 7, a day of rest that is stirring and prepping itself to rise, and me to rise and tag along with it, I am prompted to search within the darkness of my reflections, stirring up my moments of rousing reflections on this day of rest, with this question: what must I do with the coming days for you, O God? What must I do in the coming days for you, O God? So I answer that question for me. Mold the thises and the that's into a clear, concise commitment. Me, beginning first, Laverne, by thanking you, O God, who in 6 days created everything from a formless darkness, beautiful darkness, including a beautiful and creative me, and you and you and you and you and all of us. And then, oh God, going forward with praise and thanksgiving, recommitting myself to receive each day as the entry into pleasing you in all that I do, and being careful with what I ask you to do for me. Being careful with the thises and the that's that approach me, crowd me, corner me, frighten me, but also being very mindful to give you thanks for the thises and the that's that give me love, joy, peace, patience, gentleness, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, and self-control. And then, just before the start of evening, blessing you, O God, through prayer for all that you did for me and us and everybody. You mixed and mingled and separated and grew our beautiful darkness into lessons learned, giving depth and dimension and definition to the light of day for us, and then saying to us just before evening, "It is good." And within that "it is good," preparing us for night and the light of a brand new day. This is the Reverend Dr. Laverne Corrine, Williams Foster Hall, Harvey Brown Fontaine Turner, Hill Holt McCain, lifting up in prayer these few simple words. These few simple words to a God that I love, and to a God that I know that each of you loves as well. So on this day 7, this day of rest, reflect on the thises and the that's, and in particular, the darkness there can be much beauty, and there is much beauty and learning in darkness.